Hello, and welcome. You are about to enter the Large K Podcast.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Large K Podcast. On this show, I interview bands and artists, and we talk about their music, influence, and how they got to where they're at. I focus each episode on one artist, and for this episode, I had a great conversation with Cynna and El Sancho of Sticky Doll, a great punk band from LA. I've known El Sancho for a few years, so it's cool that I was able to interview them. Their EP, Red Won't Come Out, has many awesome tracks that holds the intensity of great bands like X and Bikini Kills. This interview was filled with so much laughs and funny comments that, I really had fun doing this. So I just want to give a big shout out to Cheryl of Design X Media for setting this up. Alright, here's my interview with Cynna and El Sancho of Sticky Doll. Enjoy! So there isn't much of a casual intro, but first of all, thanks for letting me do this. And first things first, I just want to say, it's been 3 years since I talked to El Sancho because and plus the fact that we're here in this location, it's cool because first time we met was actually close from here, right?
It's just up Lincoln.
Just up there. So for me to start a podcast, and the fact that you have a band 3 years later and we're doing this right now, it's kind of mystic. So
the power of networking too, the power of being cool to people.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? You were cool. We just met casually. Hey, how you doing? Just total small talk.
Yeah.
But we're both obviously cool guys and chill, and we started talking music, and here we are 3 years.
Exactly. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But if I wasn't cool, then this wouldn't be happening.
Right. So. And if I was a douche, this wouldn't be happening.
Tell you to
I can
fuck off.
proudly say I'm not a douche. Even though I may look like one, and some people may question that statement, but I am not a douche.
Yeah. So I know a little bit about El Sancho, but this is my first time officially meeting Cynna, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, mm-hmm. That's your name, and because I know El Sancho has been involved in various projects in the past, but have you been involved in any musical projects in the past too, different bands and?
A little bit. I started singing. I decided I wanted to be a singer about 8 years ago.
Oh wow! Okay.
And so I happened to meet some musicians, some people in music in West LA, on the West Side, which is where I've lived the whole time. And one of the first things I did was this cute little show called Ladies Night, which was 80s music.
Okay.
And it was really it was just all female performers, and we all did just 80s music, and we did little local benefits around town.
Yeah.
I wish we had stuck with that. The guy that put it together is one of our friends, actually a guy we know, put the whole thing together and asked us all to do it.
Yeah.
before any of the 80s cover bands were out.
Yeah,
right.
Like it was
They were really good,
right
too.
at the very beginning of anybody even caring about the 80s sound at all and bringing it back.
Tell them about your cool outfit you wore.
Oh, right. I and the first show, we did a few shows, but the first show I just couldn't figure out what to wear, and the guy that created it was like, well, you know, he didn't like what I was thinking of to wear, so we just grabbed some gray duct tape.
Yeah.
And I just wrapped it around myself.
She was thinking punk rock at the time.
Yeah, and that was my outfit. I just wore a gray duct tape skirt, gray duct tape top, put a big
So you had
thing
sticky
of duct
titties,
tape.
is what you're saying.
Well, you'd think that it would, yeah, before the performance it's definitely sticky. Afterwards it's a different story when you've been under hot lights. But, and then actually me and Greg were in a band together called Dr. Bob's Nightmare, and because years later, like I'm meeting all these people, and we're meeting people that have been in music their whole lives, and we're doing these open jams with everybody, and so we were in another band that did like glam rock and roll covers.
Okay.
You know, like T-Rex, David Bowie.
Love T-Rex and Bowie, yeah.
Stuff like that. And that was about a year before we started doing Sticky Doll.
I see.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I know El Sancho was doing kind of like along the line of like tribute bands and like, you know, covers and stuff like that too.
Yeah.
So like when I first heard of Sticky Doll, I thought it was gonna be like maybe like punk covers, but then like you guys started creating like original music completely, right? You know, so how did you guys end up transitioning from doing tributes to like this? You know, like were you guys inspired by something where it was like, you know, let's just make some originals?
I got a red bowl so I could come in here and talk about how it's a bowl of blood meat, raw meat for our show, but it's not. It's frosted mini wheat.
Very crunchy, which should come through really
El
great.
Sancho's a little
on
hypoglycemic
audio.
and can black out at the drop of a hat if his blood
Yeah,
sugar
maybe
gets
some
too
milk
low.
chocolate would have been smarter, but hey, why not something crunchy? That's awesome. Everyone wants to hear that. I
Well-
listen to podcasts every day, crunchy.
I had to steal some of the mini wheats. Well, to answer your question, basically, once we said, "Hey, let's put a band together." Well, the way we met was because we were at a show that there was a band playing that was a tribute to X.
Yeah.
And she already was a huge fan of X, and I grew up in a farm in Washington State.
Right.
And I didn't have the punk rock influence. I grew up with commercial heavy metal.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever the radio was playing, that's what I was into.
Right, yeah.
So, I'm sorry, I had to eat. My blood sugar all of a sudden went.
So good.
I've been driving all morning. I've just loaded with caffeine trying to stay awake to get here. And I don't have the drugs and alcohol to like I used to. So. El Sancho's a clean living man these days.
That's right.
Nice.
But anyway, so she was there, and we didn't really know each other real well at that point, but we knew who each other was.
Yeah.
And I'm watching this Rated X tribute band, who, by the way, are really good. I'll give them a shout out. They're called Rated X.
Rated X.
And I was like, oh my God, this music is fucking incredible. This is the kind of shit I've been wanting to play my whole life.
Yeah.
Like, who is this, right? I didn't know that they were covering the band X.
Yeah.
I'd always heard of X, but I really truly didn't know who X was. I didn't know who the Ramones were until way after the fact, you know?
Yeah.
Anyway, and I'm like, oh my God, and somebody told me, and I was kind of there hanging out by myself, and she was doing the same thing. And I just went up to her and, you know, hey, Cyn, how you doing? And hey. And we had this mutual meeting thing we go to for musicians. And I said, hey, do you want to do one of these X songs at the meeting coming up Friday? It's like a place where we perform, and they have a back line. And you go there and you meet a bunch of different friends, and everybody just says, hey, let's go play, you know.
And it's good for networking.
Let's go play Howl at the
Meeting
Moon.
other
Or, no, Howling Wolf. What was the first song we did?
Hungry Wolf.
Hungry Wolf.
Hungry Wolf.
Anyway, so that's where it started.
Yeah.
And then from there it was, hey, do you want to put a band together? Yeah, cool. Yeah, sure. Because at that point now, I'm like the biggest X fan in the world.
Yeah.
So I'm all about the male-female duo vocals and the cool, fast shit and all that. So we basically, on our EP, I guess it's the title track called Red Won't Come Out. That was the first song we actually wrote
Together.
together.
Snotty Little Cunt was already, you had already written that.
Well, we put it together, but let me get to that. Let me get
Okay.
to Snotty Little Cunt.
Okay.
But we just, I don't know how we decided on covering the things we were doing in the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
And on the EP, we got 3 originals, 3 covers. One of them's Plasmatics.
Yeah.
One of them's the Sonics from the 60s, the
Mhm.
Total Garage Surf Band.
Yeah.
And the other is
Digits.
Digits. A good friend of mine.
Killboy Powerhead, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, everybody thinks it's Offspring. It's not Offspring. It's the Digits. And
Yeah.
he's a good friend of mine. He died this year, and so we definitely going to continue that in our set list. But your question was, how did we transition, I guess?
Yeah, from tribute to...
I guess
like,
it wasn't a real
yeah.
transition. It all happened at the same time.
Yeah, yeah.
Like she said, Red Won't Come Out was from scratch, us sitting on the couch.
Yeah.
And there's a story behind the song. I don't know how long the interview is, but
That's okay, go. Keep
we wrote that song together. Snotty Little Cunt was a song that I wrote, and it was written like the way you hear it on the beginning, where it's just like, Snotty Little Cunt, da-da-da. That's how I wrote that, with the technology today with phones. I had this idea in my head, and I had this girl I fucking couldn't stand that I was in a work situation with, and she was a snotty little cunt.
Everyone relates to that. Everybody loves it.
And one day I was fed up, and I'm like, I'm writing a song about this fucking bitch. And I took my phone, and I literally, I could hear the whole song in my head.
Right.
And I went, snotty little cunt, da-na-na-na. And then from that, I sat down, and I wrote all the lyrics in like one sitting. I wrote all 3 verses in one sitting. The chorus was a no-brainer. Snotty little cunt, da-na-na-na-na, snotty little cunt, da-na-na-na-na. So I presented that to her, and she's like, "Oh, that's cool." So there was another original.
Yeah.
And the other original we have on there is Weird, which is all her. Musically, it's all me, but she's got her story behind Weird. Some a little bit of personal stuff. We didn't, with our EP, we didn't attach lyric sheet, but I think the music up on Reverb and SoundCloud and places people can find it, I'm pretty sure I copy-pasted lyrics everywhere, because
Okay.
it's important to me that people know our lyrics.
Yeah.
Because with punk rock music, hard rock music, metal music, people just go, yeah, it's cool or it's not.
Yeah.
Maybe they catch a couple things being said, and they're like, yeah, that's cool, snotty little cunt, that's awesome.
Yeah.
But if they don't know the whole lyrics, it's about this girl and her little dog, and every verse the dog gets killed and the girl, whatever. but that's me. That's my stuff. I'm very tongue in cheek. I'm very sarcastic. That song out of her was more serious. So when we wrote that song, we were like, this song should be on a soundtrack.
Yeah.
This song should be in a movie about a teenage girl from the projects, or what I mean, like low income kind of a thing, growing up with a lot of dysfunction.
Yeah.
This belongs in a movie. So anyway, all of our songs and up to this point now, we've got a fuckload of originals. We're ready to do a second album.
Oh wow.
But that, I guess, would lend itself to. We were approached by Mystic Records. They're a label that's been around for a long time, kind of an underground but well-known punk label.
Yeah.
And they're working with Sony now.
Oh wow.
And they love us.
Wow.
And, without being arrogant or, we're considering working with them.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. And the main woman that runs it now, Candace DeAndrea, she came from back in the days of X and that whole early 80s scene, and she totally digs us.
Yeah.
So we might be doing, the strength we've developed with our covers, because like our live set is our full set of 45 minutes, 18 songs.
Yeah.
A lot of covers in there.
Yeah.
But we've gotten known for our covers because they sound cool. They're pretty badass, I can confidently say.
Yeah.
She digs it. She likes what she's heard. She's heard our X cover. She's heard our Bikini Kill. She's heard our L7 cover.
L7, yeah.
So, anyway, so she's putting out... So Mystic Records does a lot of comp CDs along with featured artists' albums, but they do a lot of compilations.
Yeah, those are cool, yeah.
So first she talked to us about one she's doing that's focusing on female-fronted punk bands.
Yeah.
So we're like, yeah, hey, that sounds cool. Then the next conversation was, hey, we're doing one that's covers for artists that have passed.
Yeah.
And we, in the last few months, threw in Ace of Spades by Motorhead directly into Butcher Baby by Plasmatics.
Yeah.
So we're like, hey, we're in, kind of a thing.
Yeah.
So I think we're going to do a fresh one for this. If we can work out the details and whatever all the money stuff is and licensing and all that. We we have to have a little meeting with her.
Mm-hmm.
But we're looking at doing a different Motorhead one. I'm not going to give it away.
Yeah.
But it's really a fucking good obscure song that the way we do it is going to be. I can hear it like fucking on the radio. I can hear it every fucking where.
Yeah.
And we're going to make a video with it. Mystic now working with Sony, they have major distribution for digital downloads and videos. So basically I'm kind of in the position of putting together a proposal.
Yeah.
At first I was kind of like hinting at Candace, put together a proposal so we know what we're talking about and we can go from there. And she's just so excited about us and got all the throwing ideas left and right. So I'm like, you know what, I think I need to kind of steer it in here. And I'm going to put together, not a proposal, but our idea. Hey, we'd like to be featured on the tribute or the covers comp. Here's the song we'd like to do. Here's the video we'd like to do. Here's the storyboard. You know what I mean? Here's the whatever. And that can be a way to kind of try working with them. Because we've got our first EP out. They might want to grab that one and run with it. And like I said, at this point, we've got a second EP just ready to be recorded, and it's a lot of really, really good stuff.
Wow.
Yeah. So
No.
I'll breathe now. Is there real?
No, that's not. It's not arrogant at all.
But I'm really excited too. I'm really excited about.
Yeah, it's
my band.
something to be like really proud about, and especially like because you guys started this like last year, right?
Yeah. What is it? March.
I think like March.
Was
30th.
1 year of us playing live.
Wow.
So we just like hit the ground running. We've played upwards of 40 plus shows, maybe 50 shows.
Yeah.
We were talking on the way here about paying dues and all that.
Yeah.
We've fucking paid plenty of dues. You know, we don't play for free anymore.
Yeah.
We're not a garage band anymore.
Yeah.
We've worked really hard to go to this level.
Yeah.
Now we might have some opportunities. We want to go to this level. We want to get out touring, and we want to like really go to the next level with it.
Yeah. Wow. Dude. No, actually, like I was about to say, I like you guys' cover of Killboy Powerhead better than The Offspring. So
does everybody.
No, it's the whole call and response thing that you guys have is it's refreshing. You know what I mean? Like so it's cool to have that dual vocal sound. Because I like X also. So like actually one of the first punk record that I listened to is Los Angeles by them. So
yeah, that's the classic.
Yeah. So that's amazing, man. I remember. I think Cynna was talking about it on a radio show about like how you guys came up with the name for like a sticky doll. So if you could correct me, like you were obsessed with the name doll somehow, and then like
anything with doll,
anything with doll, right? And then sticky was something
in my pants. Well, they know by now. You got to see all my posts on Facebook. Everybody knows what goes on with me.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Tell your story.
Right.
Yeah.
No, sticky was I had this ex-boyfriend that had this sticker on the side of his refrigerator, and it said, "I feel sticky."
Oh, okay.
And then it said, "Oh no, that's MTV."
Oh.
And so I was like, Sticky. I loved Sticky.
Yeah.
And I loved the Blow Up Dolls.
Yeah.
That was like my fantasy name for my band if I ever had my band. Blow Up Dolls.
Yeah.
So that was actually the first choice.
Okay.
And then we Googled it and
of course
found
it was
that
taken.
we had to look up, let's see, we liked like the Creams. We looked up the Creams or something like that. I don't know, all these different names.
Yeah.
And so I was like, what about Sticky? I just wanted Sticky. I just loved anything that makes people do a double take and go, what was that? What's Sticky?
Yeah. It can mean blood, it can mean jam, it can mean cum.
It could have all kinds of
all that,
weird connotations. Googled it, taken. So then we looked up Sticky Doll. And I love anything with doll.
Yeah.
Anything like the New York Dolls, or oh my God, I love it. And because there was a guy in the band, I just love that whole thing about dolls.
Mm-hmm.
And so we Googled Sticky Doll, and I think we found like Sticky Dog, or did we find some little
What we found
weird
was a band back in the 60s that put out a cassette, the 70s, and they called themselves Sticky Dog. But it took us a long time. We were on page 25 of Google search results. And we found this little old school web page, one page, blurb, a picture of these dudes, an actual photograph of the cassette, And then from there, I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Well, then I researched really hard. They were just,
Nothing.
they put something out and that was it.
That was it.
They're
Yeah.
not trademarked, nothing. So I went, we're running.
Yeah.
We're taking it.
Yeah,
dude,
and
go
at
for it.
first I wanted sticky dolls because there's more than one person kind of, as the band is, not just like one. It's so
Yeah.
we thought sticky dolls, and then Greg kind of put his foot down and he said, no, I think sticky doll is better.
Yeah.
And again, it's a double
I
take
think
thing
it's been
too,
better.
because we present, we're a 3-piece technically,
Yeah.
but we present Sticky Doll as me and Cynna.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we work with some various different drummers. Our sound, we like the best of the best drummers. Like,
Yeah.
we have that kind of ministry style industrial drum sound, just that tutupa. So we need guys that fucking can play that.
Yeah.
Can hit hard, and our show is very visual. So we need drummers that put on a show while they play.
Of course, yeah.
We don't like guys that just sit there like this. It doesn't come out in the sound, and we like to see. The audience likes to see if there's only 3 people on stage, and I'm saying this from my own experience. I used to hate 3-piece bands.
Yeah.
I hated them. Nirvana was the first time I opened my mind a little bit and went, okay, because I grew up around with 2 guitar bands,
Yeah.
lead vocalists, you know, and if there was only one guitar, there was always a lead vocal, like a Motley Crue or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm like, the 3-piece, it's just, I always felt like it was ripping off your money. You weren't getting your money's worth
Yeah,
for a
yeah.
live show.
Yeah.
So knowing that we're a 3-piece, like, we have to have a drummer that's part of what we're doing,
Yeah.
you know. So, but to come back to Sticky Doll, I just thought it was more powerful because people always do make the mistake and they'll call us Sticky Dolls, and it allows me to go, Sticky Doll. No, but they remember us even more because
Yeah.
you had to have that silly engagement.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
Because they take for granted, Sticky Dolls, that's the name of the band.
Yeah, it's like
it's Sticky Doll.
like
Then they want to know like what a sticky doll is.
Right, then it just opens up the conversation.
So,
Yeah, yeah.
And that
guys
person
think
walks
it's
away.
something
Yeah, they
completely
think blow up
different than
dolls
women think.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Things,
that's good.
Yeah, things to get into some like really weird imagination with just the name itself too. So,
Right.
yeah. No, I totally agree with you guys. That is a pretty cool name because like that's like the power of correction. Be like, no, Sticky Dolls. Like, oh, that guy just corrected me. As long as
But they walk away remembering it
Yeah,
because
exactly.
something happened
Yeah.
engagement-wise that made it go into their brain a little further.
yeah.
You know.
No, that's like a cool thing.
Sticky Dolls, hey man, nice to meet you. Walk off.
Yeah.
Not the same lasting memory.
Yeah, exactly. You at least have interaction with the band members, just like how fans connect too. So you know, that's cool. Because I know, because like you were saying, you were playing like over 50 shows like around LA area, and you know I was looking through like your social media and found that you guys had the chance to open for The Addicts.
We were trying to. I personally, in a different band prior,
Oh,
6 years ago,
I see.
I got open for them 2 years in a row. Their Southern California dates, their House of Blues stints they did.
Oh, really?
And there used to be a place in Temecula called the Vault. We opened for them there.
Yeah.
And another offshoot, but pretty much it was the Anaheim, San Diego, and LA before it closed.
Yeah.
House of Blues. So I already had that opportunity, and I made the connection with them, and I just idolized those guys. Like, I always knew who the Addicts were. I was hip to their music, but I had never actually caught them live. So we opened for them. Then we were just hanging out at the venue, and then I actually get to watch them.
Yeah.
And I come from an influence of bands that put on shows.
Yeah.
I like a fucking show. If I want to see guys play Gina T-shirt and and just stand there and look at their guitars and get everything right, I'll go to a coffee house or something.
Yeah.
But I want to see a fucking show. I want to see people that look like the music I'm hearing. I want to see that intensity.
Yeah.
The more fire, confetti, props you want to use, I'm in. I fucking love it.
Yeah.
And the Addicts are just over the top. And Monkey's like the best of the best.
Yeah.
So I was really influenced by them, and then obviously music style. They're a great punk band, and So my point was, with Sticky Doll, I've been pretty aggressively reaching out only in the last couple months, but I actually kind of had to put the brakes on myself because I have so much personal stuff going on in my life right now with a family member and moving. We just relocated to Yucca Valley.
Yeah.
So us talking, it was just like, let's get these basic things out of the way because we're just talking about a few weeks. Like, let's let the dust settle.
Yeah.
Let's let things happen. Then I'll go back because I've reached out to the Addicts. I reached out to Misfits. got a confirmation that they, not yes, you're on tour, but yes, we received your thing and blah blah blah. Well, the way it works, you have to follow up.
Of course,
follow up.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So right now, I made the connection. I got to focus kind of on this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But we want to get on tour. We want to get a good opening direct support slot with somebody that's, that we feel that the audience would it'd be a believable mix. You know what I mean? We don't want to go play with 25-year-old Green Day sounding guys.
Right.
We want to play with the more mature, fucking hardcore punk bands that have the big followings. That's the kind of shows we'd like to be doing.
Yeah.
And our sound, we're kind of crossover. We're not just basic metal. I mean, punk. We could fit with a we could open for Motley Crue and throwing them out there. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. We're hard rock enough. Some people would call us metal with our sound. It's the sound I have with my bass and my guitar. Goth, the whole look we go for and the imagery we use, we could fit in a lot of different places. So
I agree, man. This next question is something that I ask every time I do a podcast episode, but just individually, in you guys' opinion, what was the most memorable show that you have attended? And you could include both a DIY show or even like a big venue show too, but in each of you guys, like,
one of the most memorable?
Yeah, like if I say best, then that's like even harder to think of. So like maybe something that stuck with you the most.
There's been so many. Like we've even been in the last year been able to play with so many great bands.
No, wait. Are you talking only about shows that we've played?
That you've seen?
No.
Or
that we've seen.
Yeah.
Concerts you've seen.
Yeah.
And don't say Def Leppard and Kiss because that was a whip. Well, weak.
Yeah. Well, that was like they were all. That wasn't their heyday when we saw them, that's for sure.
3 years ago, 2 years.
I think most recently I went to see the Kills about 4 years ago, and the lead singer, Alison Mosshart, I knew her from the Dead Weather, never saw the Dead Weather.
Yeah.
But I love the Dead Weather, so I went to go see the Kills because someone else told me, you should listen to the Kills. So I started listening to them. They happened to be playing in LA, so I went to go see them, and I was so blown away by Alison Mosshart. Like, I couldn't even believe like what was on stage in front of me.
Yeah.
She's so dynamic, and I mean, she's just so like fucking cool and on fire and just in your face, and her whole performance style.
Yeah.
I had no idea what she was going to be like. I mean, just to go into a show like that, kind of fresh and open-minded and not knowing it all.
Yeah.
She just like blew me the fuck away. Just blew me the fuck away. And so now I'm just like eagerly awaiting like if the Dead Weather ever plays, because I love Jack White too.
Yeah.
And so but yeah, her whole thing, I'll never forget it.
Wow, that's amazing, dude.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, what about you?
Well, if it was many, many moons ago, I'd have easily said Kiss, right?
Yeah.
But I'm going to say two, and one of them's the Addicts, 6 years ago. First time I saw that live show, I just had, for me, when something gets me excited, like I just get chills on my arm.
Yeah.
And I'm just sitting here thinking about that show, and I'm getting chills right now.
Yeah.
I was just like, oh my God, this is the coolest fucking shit ever.
Yeah.
This band is the best. Not just because of what they're doing on stage. When we got there, we're doing our sound check. We pull up to the venue. There's a fucking line forever. And you know who it includes? Older people that are Addicts fans and their kids. You know what I mean? They're one of those bands like Kiss that's timeless.
Yeah.
So it's I guess the term is generation. And I was just like, that's badass. That's how I want to be.
Yeah.
Doing my thing too.
Right.
I don't just want to be, I'm young now. Okay, now I'm too old. Now I'm, whatever. But as far as the show, like when they came out, I was just like, oh my God, this is over the top. But it wasn't just fluff. Like they're a real fucking great punk band. Mm-hmm. Their songs are incredible. Their musicianship's incredible. Everything about that show. And then of course, got the pleasure to play with them the next night and the next night and then the next,
Yeah.
So that's that. And then the other one is out of left field, but it goes to my metal industrial roots, is Rammstein.
Oh, okay.
When I saw Rammstein, it was in Tacoma, Washington. It was Rammstein and Korn, I believe. And I just went, no, I saw Rammstein out here somewhere. I'm trying to remember where. It was a few years back, but I just went, I've never seen a band do that much with fire. I mean, that guy lights himself on fire. He shoots fire at the band members, engulfs them in flames.
Yeah.
He eats, like everything possible you could dream up about fire. That fucking guy's doing it, the singer. And the band, and they're German, and they couldn't be more dictionary to the T German. I mean, they're all just human fucking machines.
Yeah.
The drummers. And I'm like, that's the kind of fucking drummer I always want to play with.
Yeah.
I mean, just a human fucking metronome.
Yeah.
Anyway, they blew me away, and we actually got tickets. They're going to be in Vegas. It's them and Korn. Them and Korn. In Vegas in, I think, July or August.
Yeah.
Right when I saw that, man, I'm like, I don't care if I got money in the bank. I got a credit card.
Yeah, power of the band, man.
Yeah.
No, I've heard some pyro shit that Rammstein does. Like, they're crazy, huh? Like, yeah.
What about you? What's your favorite?
Oh, my favorite show? I don't know, man.
One of your favorites?
I know what it's not.
What it's
Sticky
not.
Doll. You never been to a show.
I haven't been to a Sticky Doll show yet. Yeah, but I don't know, man. Like, if I could think of, like, let's say, like, punk shows or something like that, I'm a really big fan of the Descendants. So,
Okay, yeah.
So my first time seeing them was like, it was really cool just because I mean, their first album is called Milo Goes to College, and like the reason why they broke up temporarily is because, like, lead singer had to go to college, and like, it's like they're gone. So like when you listen to their recording, like they were like kids, they were kids, but they were
really young.
They were so raw. But then now they're like a lot older, and like Milo's 50, and yet like he's still like rocking his ass off.
Yeah.
So,
Well, we were just talking about this the other day. There's a big joke amongst the punk rock scene. Punk rock's not dead, it's just old and fat.
Yeah.
And I think that's the most stupid thing I've ever heard, but it couldn't be more true.
Yeah.
A lot of bands but we get put on bills with 21-year-old bands as well as 50-something-year-old bands.
Of course, yeah.
And so I said about us, well, I'm going to make a shirt that says punk rock's not dead, you're old and fat.
Yeah.
Because I sure as a fucking ain't. She's not.
Yeah.
To kind of go along with what the normal saying is, so we got to tweak it a little bit because we ain't old and fat.
Yeah. I was wondering. Yeah, I was wondering. How would you describe a Sticky Doll show?
Don't bring the kids. No, that's not true. we want to play more all-ages shows. That being said, I was making a joke.
Well, I wouldn't. I don't know if I'd bring like a little kid. I don't know. It depends on.
Well, get off the kids thing.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to say that.
Yeah. Only because you're gonna hear like a lot of fuck that and fuck this and
Cunt.
who's a cunt?
Yeah.
That's
Mommy, what's a cunt?
that's a new one.
Daddy?
Who's a snotty little
Why
cunt?
does he always say goddamn fuck all the
You're
time?
gonna hear that. You might see it on shirts. Posted up
But
somewhere.
what about the show? What did you say about the show?
I think I don't know that I have any amazing descriptions. Number one, I think it's fun.
Yeah.
I just think it's fun.
She likes to disco dance on stage.
That's
I
tight.
just, but you know what that is? That comes from like Alison Mosshart.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That
Yeah.
whole thing. El Sancho has his whole like all the comments that El Sancho makes, and I don't really get involved in trying to say cute things. I'm kind of like I'm reacting
She's the
to
silent
El
partner on
Sancho.
stage.
You know what I mean?
I kind of take that over.
Like, if you want to look at my reactions to what El Sancho is saying, once in a while that was great, or something like that to try and,
sarcastic, of course.
yeah, like right on, yeah, totally. But that's like the max I'm going to say between sets.
Yeah.
But
And it's not like in the beginning I pulled her to the side and I said, "Now you don't say a word on stage." That wasn't this. So
yeah, it was just kind
Just how it
of
happened.
worked out that way. It evolved like that,
Yeah.
and during the songs, it's like both of us. I mean, the more that I think of to do, because I perform, I don't take the mic off the stand.
Yeah.
That's something that I've just decided that's going to be part of my style.
Right. Yeah.
So anything I can think of to do to drag, and the bass is round, so I can drag it around stage with me, and it'll just roll with me. I never use like the other kind of mic stand for a reason. And anything I can think to do and get back to that mic when I'm supposed to, drag it where I need to be. I mean, I fell once. I was doing some funky ass turn, and I just almost into the drum set. I fell back towards the drums, but I managed to steer my body so I didn't hit the drums. And you know what? I just fucking grabbed the mic stand, and I had it close enough so I could pull it down and keep singing and then get my ass up.
There you go.
So anything I can think of to do when I'm up there performing during the song, I'll do more and more. And I just think it's fun to watch.
Yeah.
Because I used to dance, and so, you know, I don't really feel the need to choreograph what I'm doing. I just kind of feel the need to kind of have a picture in my head of what I'm going to do. I'm used to moving around a stage, and I like punching the music with the way my body moves and stuff like that. I think I'm really good at it. You know, I don't think I look awkward because I'm not, because I know how to dance. And so I think that combined with stuff El Sancho does and his comments, I think number one, it's just fun. I really
Let's
do.
talk about these comments that El Sancho makes. No, here's the thing, dude. I'm somebody from the cut of the jib, shall we say. I don't like to hear a bunch of talking when I see bands. You know, there was a time when I loved Kiss, and Paul Stanley couldn't say anything wrong. He was the coolest frontman ever. David Lee Roth, same thing. Nowadays, I don't give a shit about your little cute stories, and I want you people over here to party, and I want this side to yell this and this side yell that. Play the fucking song. Shut the fuck up. And that's kind of how we are. When I do say things, they're short, they're brief. They have to do with introducing a song, possibly. We don't introduce every song and all that. But I try to, and honestly, I don't try anything. Like we don't talk about choreography and all that. Like whatever comes out of me comes out. I've got a few, you know, specific things in our show that I do, but this sounds stupid, but I try to make my words count. Because I make a point to thank everybody that came. I make a point to thank the promoter, you know, who's hopefully paying us or getting his ass kicked out of the show. I make a point to let people know we have merch, and we're very generous. And I stress that, and a lot of times, a lot of people walk out with free T-shirts, and free CDs, and free buttons, and free stickers.
I see.
So I choose my words. You know what I mean? I'm sarcastic. I have whatever kind of sense of humor you want to call it. So I cuss a lot. Whatever.
Comment on the song sometimes.
I comment on, you know, but
as he introduces a song.
But I don't stand there and tell big stories and try to get this crowd to do that and that and that. It's just we're there to talk about the show. We're just loud as fuck. We're in your face, and we're there to entertain the people that paid money to come see us. I mean, that's the bottom line.
Number one.
The smaller clubs, you know, they're still charging $7 to $15 for these little shit clubs. You know, so if somebody's got to pay that money, if it was me walking in the door paying it, the few times we do go see shows, we're going because we know the band's killer. Or we're hoping that maybe a couple of the opening bands we might see somebody really good. But if we don't just randomly go to Joe Schmo's Tavern over in Riverside and pay, you know, $7 to $10 at the door just for a bunch of dudes and T-shirts that just rolled out of the garage. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
But and like I said, our set is our full set. If we get a full 45, we do 18 songs. And we run them. There's a couple things that I say here and there, little sarcastic things, but we fucking boom and boom and boom. And if we have a 30-minute set, we don't make a big deal of it and restructure and all that. We just go, here's the same set. how many can we get in that 30 minutes?
Yeah.
Boom. And there's even less talking.
Yeah.
I say cunt 4 times less in that 30-minute set.
Yeah. So I mean, like, so from what I know, I think it's like a very badass and theatrical kind of a set then that you guys do. Yeah, that's what I feel like. That's pretty cool. I wanted to talk with you a little bit about like the setting that you guys have. So you have a drummer, and then you play bass. Sancho plays bass, and Cynna sings. And what I like about it is that it's pretty minimal. You know, it's pretty minimal, but you guys never really had the thought of like adding like a guitarist or anything like that is it because you guys want to maintain that rawness within the music?
We like the simplicity.
Yeah.
We don't want to have to deal with anybody else.
Right.
I've been doing it a long time, dude.
Yeah.
Being a musician, you're a musician. You deal with egos. You deal with people getting their shit hurt.
Yeah.
Their feelings hurt when you don't use their part in a song, or they want to argue with you.
Yeah.
At this point, I do what the fuck I want.
Yeah.
She's my partner in this band. We work together. We work with drummers that come in, and I play drums as well. So it's like, here's what we need.
Yeah.
We don't sit there and go, yeah, but I want to put my little flair in it. And I'm like, no. This is what we need. And it's not being an asshole. It's not being arrogant. It's just being. Sticky Doll is me and Cynna.
Yeah.
This is our band. We write the songs. We've developed the whole thing. We've worked our ass off. And as far as to answer a question about adding a guitar player, no. I mean, that's the thing. Our whole sound, and you could use the word gimmick, you know, is the fact that it's me. That wall of sound you hear live is just me. And it's all on me. And if I fuck up, there's no sugarcoating it. You know, with a band with 2 guitars and a bass player, you can fuck up here and there. You can go to the wrong key. You can do that.
When the equipment fails,
I gotta be on.
That's happened.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I got to be on top of my shit. Because our
Yeah.
sound live is me and the drummer, obviously. But you know what I mean. The instrumentation you're hearing, it's all on me.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but the word you use is exactly what we like. The simplicity and the minimalism.
Yeah. No, I really.
You know, and what you hear on the EP is that there's not a bunch of layers and overdubs. And, you know, it's. I have a few pedals I use, but I didn't go in and record each track like this. I used my setup the way I use it live to record.
Right. Yeah.
So we have the same sound.
Yeah, that's
that's
a really good thing, you know, because like I mean, if somebody overdoes it over the recording and then like goes to a live show, like you know,
I've always hated that overproduced.
It could be like underwhelming, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, so.
It's a letdown.
No, it really is.
Where's the angels that were singing?
There's like a little backtrack and stuff like that. No, I love that, you know, the whole DIY attitude that you guys have. So, you know, now that you have this like EP out, you know, Red won't come out, and you guys have any plans of like releasing new music, like, you know, sometimes this year, or? We
do. Our focus, I think, right now, at least in the next, I'll say 6 months to give us a good window of time.
Yeah.
Now that we just moved to a house in Yucca Valley, a house we own, studio inside that I'm building, and all this kind of stuff.
Damn.
Our focus is our EP is 6 songs, and they're very strong songs, and they all have their place. In my opinion, they all have their place in the world where they might be marketable or reach a good audience that would appreciate them.
Yeah.
We have a lot of videos. Like, you go to YouTube, we have a fuckload of videos. They're just live videos.
Yeah.
We're going to make some official music videos.
All right.
To go with each song.
Yeah.
So that's our priority right now. We've got a show lined up at the end of May, May 26th at the Maui Sugar Mill Saloon in Tarzana.
Okay.
Other than that, we're not really booking shows right now.
Yeah.
We're open to jumping on a tour with somebody or playing out of town if we get a good direct support opportunity or whatever. But as far as me aggressively trying to just book us around right now, we're not doing that. Our focus is the videos.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
I'm really excited to see, like, you know, what you guys.
You can be in the video if you want.
Yeah. I don't know what I'd be doing.
Well, on that, our video, along with our DIY thing, you know, that we're all about.
Yeah.
The videos are going to star fans.
Oh, okay.
Everybody in the video is fans.
We have some amazing fans.
Wow.
Yeah, they just show up at every show, and we can Facebook them and talk to them, and they become our
They
friends.
share all of our stuff.
That's
and-
amazing,
Yeah,
dude.
they're
Yeah.
fantastic.
Yeah, I really utilize the power of social
So
media.
nice people, like good people.
Yeah.
You know.
Wow, dude.
Yeah, punk rock
So-
does have some real good quality people in it. It has to share of shitheads,
It's awesome.
it is.
The fans are so loyal and good to us.
Yeah. Oh man, that's amazing. I'm really excited about what's going to be coming for this year. But first thing I want to say is thank you for participating in this interview.
Thank you for having us.
And yeah, I'm really happy that you contacted me. And let's not make this the last time. I'm like I definitely want to hang out with you guys more.
Yeah, you're going to take me out to dinner, right?
Yeah.
Huevos con toros for dinner?
Yeah. Now at the end of the podcast, I play a band's music, but I was wondering, would you like to pick a song off of the EP that I could put on, that I could play for the audience?
I think, in my opinion, I'm open to what you think. I think we should go with Snotty for anybody that hasn't heard it.
Snotty?
Snotty Little Cunt, that seems to be the song that is
Yeah.
getting people's attention and
Clearly the hit.
working for us
Thank you.
and has helped us with the level of success we have right now is that song.
Oh,
Yep.
okay. All right.
So if you listen to that song and you like it, you'll like the rest of them. If you listen to that song and you don't like it, well then fuck you and but don't listen anymore.
Well, I would say try weird. That's a little bit more. Yeah.
All right.
So.
Yeah. All right. We'll go with that then. All right. Well, that was Sticky Doll. Thank you very much.
Oh,
Thank
you.
you.
Yeah. Thank you, dude.
Snotty little cunt, down and out and out, snotty little cunt, down and out and out, snotty little cunt.
That's all, folks. If you guys enjoyed Sticky Doll's music, I put their music page in the description box below, so you go ahead and check that out. And more podcast episodes will be coming, so don't forget to subscribe to my channel and like this video. I hope you guys enjoyed the interview. My name is Kazu, and I'll see you all next time on Large K Podcast. Bye.